he implored you guys to remember the process. Is that, even though you're only 7 games into this thing, is that difficult to remember at times that this is still somewhat new?
No, not really. We always have to remember our goals and remember where we're trying to go and what we're trying to accomplish. And in order to do that, you kind of have to, you have to be solid every night. And sometimes, you have letdowns, but if you're playing hard, then you can make up for it. But in the last game last night, we kind of let them throw the first punch, and we can't do that if we want to be the team that we're going to be. We have to come in focused and just make sure that we have the mindset to jump on other teams and make it tough for them in the first beginning stages of the game.
Chris, you've had solid games against the Nets twice in a row, especially the offensive column, your 2 highest scoring games of the year. Is there something about the matchup? Is it just the timing of the game when it comes, you're sort of maybe down a little and just want to make a statement? Why, especially tonight, did you look like, to a degree, a different player than you've been in some other nights?
They just caught me on the wrong night. They caught me on the wrong night. I've kind of, this process hasn't been easy for me. Just having to adjust to a new role is a lot different. So I was kind of letting that show through my demeanor, just like I wasn't being aggressive really and not, just trying to figure things out and let the game come to me. Most of the times you have to go be aggressive and take it. So I just have to be the same player that I've always been and stop trying to worry about if, and when and how and all that stuff, and just go out there and just play.
Chris, after that third quarter, over here, to your right. Chris, after the third quarter dunk, a feed from LeBron James, you took a moment to celebrate that moment, that dunk. Mm-hmm. Coming off the heels of last night's game, can you explain that feeling in that moment?
Just being aggressive. That's what I've always done as a player. I've always kind of just showed my emotion and the excitement and just controlled rage. I think that's always good. That's always been a strong point for me. So I really have to get back to that. I've kind of just been on my heels for the first part of the season. So I'm starting to figure out. It's starting to come to me. But at the end of the day, I just have to be aggressive. That's what it's all about.
Chris, before the game, Aaron talked about how he stressed the importance of getting rebounds and beating them on the boards after the last few games. Can you talk about just the encouragement of, team had a good collective effort on the glass tonight?
Oh yeah, we had a great collective effort. Our guards really did a good job. They kind of wore us out on the offensive boards last game. So coming into this game, that's something that we knew was important and we didn't want to really let up on it. We still gave up a few, and some were loose balls and everything, but rebounding is very important. It is the most important thing, I think, in basketball. So we're just going to have to play solid defense, and when we give teams one shot, we have to go get the rebound because it's not finished. Defensive stance isn't finished until you have the ball.
Chris, Eric talked about how when you missed a couple shots early that he was telling you in the huddle, keep shooting, we want you to keep shooting. Is that something that you can remind yourself, or sometimes does it help to have somebody on the outside or your coach encouraging you that he wants you to play that way?
It's always good for people to show confidence, but I always have that in my mind. If I can miss 10 in a row, I don't care. I'm going to let the next one go. But it's always good to know that you have support and people backing you. If coach is telling you to shoot, there's no second guessing yourself. You just let the next one go, because if you hesitate, then you're probably going to miss the next one.
How much have you guys talked out? I mean, it's an adjustment process for everybody. It's not just you. It's not just LeBron. It's a new team for everybody. How much have you guys, forget what's going on upstairs, but sat around and just talked about how you're going to make this work away from the practice floor? Are you at that point with it, or?
Almost definitely. Me and LeBron had a conversation yesterday on the plane. And
Sharon,
well, it was just, we were just talking about, I wanted to talk to him and kind of just really just get to know each other, really. I I think that's an important process of team building. You have to know the guy who's standing next to you. I mean, we can talk about X's and O's all the time and what we're supposed to do and how we're supposed to do it, but just getting to know each other, I think that's very important, and just trying to figure some things out, because, you know, I was just honest, sometimes I get a little lost out there because it's different. You know, we have a system, but at the same time, when the game's happening so fast, sometimes I just get lost, and you know, I don't know whether to cut, whether to go, whether to get back, you know, and playing with those two talented guys, it happens real fast. So I just let them know that, and just that we just have to continue to build, and I'm just trying to be more of a voice in the locker room, and just hang out with the guys and get to know them.